Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either Randy Chavez coming at you today with the Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's lots of perks. Also, wraithax.dth domain name. We have a bit to go over today. First, we will start with the OMI, which is down about 0.6% on the day. So again, nothing really new. We're still at 00062, $726,000 in volume. Again, nothing crazy there. Over on the non-OMI side, in the top 10, the Dogecoin was up 3.8% over the last 24 hours. Everything else was up or down less than 1%. So again, nothing crazy on the day. We do happen to have a new top leader wallet for the Dogecoin. Not the Dogecoin, the Grumpy Cat. I'll get to more on that in a second. But 4chan, down about 10% over on the day at about $4.2 million market cap right now. And then if we go and we take a look at the Grumpy Cat, like I said, we do happen to have a new top wallet holder, guy by the name of Adam. I don't really know who he is. He may or may not have been on the podcast before. We do had some Doge millionaire saying, wow, I really do have to get more. So I'm really excited to see what that does. And we've actually had a little bit of buying, about 8% over the last 24 hours. So we did have a little bit of buying today. Maybe that might have just been pro the Doge going and getting that stuff done. So I guess we'll go back to Veve right now. And we have, for the first drop in what seems like a while, everything is above retail, which is the Frozen drop. The James Bond one, I think that made like $30,000 today over the last 7 hours. So, not really a ton, nothing really to write home about. David Yu was pretty excited about this, going off and saying, oh, hey, guess what? I happen to go and he likes it because there's multiple different languages in it. I think it's the first time we have a Japanese poster on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time we had a Japanese poster on that. So like I said, pretty excited. Also, there is an interview tonight coming out from Will Goes Meta, and he posts, and it's with David Yu. So he says, update, we spent 2 hours, precious hours interviewing David Yu. David acknowledges the concerns faced by many Veve collectors on the current lack of new users, rewards, incentives, and loyalty programs to collect. He shared his plan on how Veve will improve the experience and benefits to re-engage old, current, and new users, and how a constantly growing and solid Veve team are working in the background to ship very exciting features. And he does mention OMI, OUP, and Akomi, finally saying it by name. Veveverse beta and providing economic engines and tools for collectors and creative benefits socially and financially. So this is a really, really big one because you have to find that sweet spot where it's interesting enough and complex enough where you're like, oh, this is cool. This is like a hidden thing. If you do this and you do this, and that's not in the book. But then if you have something like Earth 2, and I will go live on Earth 2 probably tomorrow. There is many things to go over. But I don't want to do it just in a condensed video. I'll do it in a longer platform type talking. So I'll be on my rostrum tomorrow talking about that. But if you make things too complicated, then people are like, I don't understand this. It's like, oh, hey, Magic the Gathering. Yeah, you have this card and this card is pretty easy, but then you have this potion, this effect, and it's just like, okay, this is too much. I'm just not going to get into it now. So hopefully Veve and David don't make it too complicated, and they just make it so where that it's complicated enough where it draws interest and it's cool. And anyway, comment down below what your thoughts are on it. It says, behind the scenes of the Alibaba cloud partnership and Veve's push to enter a new enormous market with lots of potential with China, and further plans on localization and the Asian market. No other company is doing what David's doing right now in China. This is absolutely on the precipice of greatness. Going into this market, nobody else is going to be able to do this. This is insanely undervalued, and none of this is priced in yet to the tokens, to the Veve NFT. Maybe some people recognize. I know some people do recognize this. A bunch of my whales that go out and say, "Oh, hey, guess what they're doing? They can put two and two together." Some of these whales have had business dealings in China before. They know what they're about. They know how hard it is to get into, and this is about to blow off by nobody's business. Anyway, other stuff that David talks about is brainstorming incentives for collectors who purchase gems on the web app or those purchase high amount of gems, like how Google Store reward points have. But it is just brainstorming. It's not a plan and no certainty, and just providing master collectors with exclusive NFTs, only redeemable MCP points. You will be able to get more MCP points the more OMI you have, the more you stake, that type of deal. And the change in studios that resulted in Elektra's look and how Veve has drastically improved quality of recent drops like San Diego Comic-Con Iron Man, Astro and Olaf. Olaf looks so good. And I got really lucky. I got him on the drop. And when you press him, it doesn't look like he does anything for a little while. And then suddenly he does. If you've seen Frozen 2, and I think this might be why they chose Frozen 2 instead of Frozen 1, but if you see it, you just get that scene where they're playing charades and he does kind of everything. You get that scene for Olaf doing that. It's really cool animation. The sound is great. It feels like every new animation we get is like, oh, this is one of the best on the app, and he is. And plan to maintain high quality going forward. They also talk about growing the Veve and OMI team from 70 to the low hundreds and allocating resources to various projects, meaning that they grew by about 50% fairly recently. And you also have addressing app issues faced by collectors in Ukraine. So it is not everyone, it is not all the time, but there is a decent amount of time where certain collectors in Ukraine, they ain't got it. They ain't got the access to the app, and he does go over that as well. Dealing with a dynamic marketplace with collectors, traders, flippers, and brand new users. You also have future features, including send an offer. That's what. So, I cannot wait for this. Sending an offer. If you see something that's a little high and you can't get them on the app, you try to tag them. Hey, DM me on Twitter or Instagram, whatever, and I'll talk to you about lowering the price. Now you could send offers directly. This is gonna be so much easier. Gone are the days where we have to live in this ancient tech times where you can't ping someone and you can't make them an offer. Now finally, instead of taking like days or sometimes weeks to complete a deal because the person's not on the app every day or whatever, now you can just send them an offer. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. You have no idea. Anyway, and also again, we have seen these things with transfers. Every now and then, a little bit of a glitch, you see a transfer button. I do think they're testing stuff out. I do think we do have a couple of things left to test out with that, but I'm hoping that means that it's going to come back at some point. And maybe 2FA lock per individual collectible to deal with people accidentally losing their phones or want a stronger layer of security of their high-value Veve assets. Please and thank you. That'd be great. Also, new hires for the dedicated digital marketing team and Veve's marketing plan. I don't know which ones have been marketed so far, but it seems to me that everyone in Web3 is kind of a lot of the major people in Web3 are talking about Veve, and it seems very coincidental. Now, granted, one person that happened to be a big collector, that might have just happened by themselves, going to San Diego Comic-Con and all that, but a lot of other people are talking about us as well. It just seems like a connected effort to go and get eyes in front of Veve. And then also, I know we're only about a third of the way done with Q3, but there's exciting Q4 drops and updates. And then he goes on to say that I literally froze before the meeting from nervousness and excitement. This is our biggest interview since he started making Veve content. And after recording 2 hours straight for this video, it's one of their longest as well. Again, that guy on Twitter is at it's Will MAI. And in case you get, again, some of these bears that really try to go and manipulate the price of things, bears trying to manipulate, trying to make fear out of it, say like, oh, this just happened. And they're trying to scare you into selling. Not financial advice. I would not listen to them. But you do have Jason, or at Jason over on the Twitter, 743,000 followers, saying the dollar still dominates and American exceptionalism remains the best game in town. Declinists aren't wrong that debt is an issue or that many Americans aren't happy, but it's manageable and gritty entrepreneurs, innovation, and capitalism will keep America in the lead. Again, also the major AI companies in America. This is not going anywhere. I feel, my opinion, we're about to enter one of the biggest bull runs in American history ever, and I can't wait. Oh, also we had somebody named at Blocker, BLOKKERR, who noticed something interesting, that if you look on the bottom of the feet of the Frozen collectibles, they have the Disney stamp on it. And I'm not 100% sure why they have it like that. Maybe they're thinking in the future, oh, well, we have this on it so that other people, it's harder to replicate, for OpenSea, and they're trying to cut down on maybe potential copycats. I don't know. Something that just came into my head. But comment down below all your thoughts on why they might do that. Also, for everybody that has a platinum moment door, those booze doors, the time has come. You are no longer allowed to craft that door. So all of the Woody Miguel and Nemo posters that are on there. That's all that's ever going to be, at least for the Platinum Moments 100th anniversary. There could be more of those posters in the future where you happen to have Woody and Friends, or Woody and whatever, or Miguel from Coco, the whole Coco family, or anything from Finding Dory, anything with Nemo. So yeah, and if you didn't, too late. And if you didn't, cool, yeah, you have a door. Very limited amount of those as well. We have somebody called Mike Sabatino over on the Facebook on VV saying, not sure why I did this, but here we are. And he collected the number 231 set of the Olaf, Anna, and Elsa. And again, sometimes you just see something, I might as well. Like, I might as well get it if I already have one or two. Kind of with me with the 41 logos. I already had the number 41 gold and silver, so getting the other one's like, well, I might as well. It's like a $10,000 thing. But anyway, moving on here. I don't know if this is a top signal or a sell signal, buy signal, whatever it is. But JP Morgan says that they are no longer expecting a recession. Like, what have we been in the last year and a half? But yeah, okay, I'll take the good news where I can get it. I typically don't go for any of the artworks, but the one from Adi Granov, the one that has Black Widow, this quality does not look good on my phone right here, but it looks amazing. Deadly Origin number 2 cover features Nastascia in white variant of her iconic costume. That's something I really do want to go for. I probably won't, but I might. I'll keep you posted. Also, another fun fact from Frozen. Frozen is the highest selling Blu-ray of all time, and also the highest selling or most sold Halloween costume of all time. So you have a lot of reasons to get that set. Do I have the set? No, I only have Olaf. I minted him, so he's special. But I'll probably get him at some point. Some of the sub 100s are kind of disappearing. The ones from Anna, I don't really think. Not that the sub 100s don't matter, but when you only have 3 digits, like there's only 909 of her, so there's only like 800. There's only like 800 or so 3 digits, and then there's 59 2 digits. There's no 4 digits, so the 2 digits just seem a little less special, as opposed when you have something like Olaf and Elsa, which have multiple 4 digits. That those type of things, like, oh, okay, the 2 digits become a little more special at that point. But again, just my opinion. For the James Bond posters today, we had Reverend Alex G's first appearance, Halle Berry. that was a good one. Someone that hasn't been here in a while, Chris Collects, he said the highest grossing animated film of all time, with arguably one of the most iconic characters in history, introducing the number 41 Olaf. This dude is a mad lad, had the 41 Vanellope. He's back. He's a big whale, he's back. He even has the first minted secret rare Miles, number 234. That secret rare of the Ultimate Fallout number 1, so that's, shout out to him for that. And he also had the 1952 Astro Boy. Heckin' wild. David Yu posted on his Instagram, says, and it's just a story, saying, a 5-year-old in a Chucky costume terrorized unsuspecting people in an Alabama neighborhood. I'm surprised he didn't put the caption, my son. I love David so much sometimes. Also, shout out to Callie X Cavi, who has 190,000 followers over on the Twitter. Will be coming on the podcast in order to talk about a couple things. Going to try to get her on the VP. And we also have Entrepreneur of the Year finalists that are first announced. This year's finalists are Alexa Hilberdadu of Girl Boss New Zealand, Angus Brown of Arepa Holdings, Connor Archibald and Matthew Herbert of Tracksuit Limited, a couple of other people, and then you have, what's this? David Yu of Veve over in here. So I'm really excited in order for him to probably win this award, because I don't see anyone else getting it, and he goes and says thank you for all your support. So shout out to him for that. Why a Walled Garden is a lot of times very good. Every single week I see somebody get robbed of their NFTs. This time we have at Robbie Hams, who's saying, I can't say that word, just lost all my NFTs. I clicked this link and signed nothing. I was not thinking and just trying to look. This was the first link to pop up under Google saying it was an ad. Now $300,000 worth of Azukis have been drained from my wallet. And we have VV Believer over on Twitter saying, and another one, be careful everyone. Very happy to be on VV Official, and they are not full Web3 yet. We got VV Viral going and saying, this bear market I'm bullish as heck on. VV Official is the easy-to-use AR ready one-stop shop for the grandest collection of first appearances for the world's top brands, and Akomi soon to be known as the fully diluted deflationary metaverse token with perks and utility for VV. Says, haters be like, VV has abandoned their plans for OMI utility and interoperability. VV be like, we want that to be the first thing you see when you Google our name. Be patient, it's coming. And when you Google VV Digital Collectibles, It says web app, blog, Veve web wallet, help center, interoperability, and OMI utility. So again, very, very excited to see that they are going out and using some of those words that I like them to use. Also, we had somebody messaged me before saying, hey, you like the Marvel Mighties, right? I was like, yeah. And he says, boom, 163 M'Bakus. I was like, oh my God, dude's a mad lad. Speaking of people being mad lads and speaking of people going and buying many things, let's go over this week's top 500 Veve holders. First, I will say, this is the last week that we're going to have where the top 500 has under 1,200 NFTs, because the 500th wallet has 1,199. That is 1,199, one short of the big 1,200. I remember being in the top 500 and having at less than 1,100 NFTs, and I was in the top 500. And now you need to have 1,200 to be in that top 5. So the top 500 Veve hodlers and sellers. All right, let's take a look at the sellers first. And again, you have a couple people saying, oh, people are selling, people are leaving. Again, don't believe a lot of maybe some are. But we have the third person, the top 3 that are selling the most NFTs on Veve. The number 3, the one came in third place, only sold 31 NFTs. It doesn't sound like too many people are leaving. Vance Legstrong had sold 31 NFTs. OA17 had sold 127 NFTs. And we have AQKSA, which sold 1,050 NFTs, which is quite a lot. This person is now the number 15 wallet, and they still have over 7,100 NFTs. But let's take a look at the people that have the most purchases. We have a Ferryman who had purchased 90 NFTs, pretty legit. He's the number 139 wallet. We have, not Thantos, is it? Oh, I can't get. Oh yes, we do have Thantos, which had purchased 155 NFTs. He is now the number 5 wallet. And then the number 1, my good golly gosh, 3,438 NFTs. That's not how many he has. That's how many he bought this week. That is like 460 something NFTs a day. And I keep a close enough eye on the $2 comics and the $2 collectibles. Most of the collectibles are stamps. Every now and then you'll get like a Marvel Mighty that goes to like $3 or $4, but for the most part, it's the stamps. It's the holiday stamps. It's the Year of the Rabbit ones. I have many of those, and they're like $2, $2.10. And again, I keep a close enough eye on them where I would have noticed if there was a big thing. And same thing with the comics. I'll go over a couple of comics right now. Any comic that I have more than 20 of, there's usually some under $2. I finally hit my 500th comic, so shout out to me for that. So the Captain America, The Fallen Sun, the death of Captain America. There's 5 of those comics. I have a bunch of them. 31 of the, I don't know which part this is, the title's cut off. 31 of those, 21 of those. And then on the other ones, we have Spider-Man number 5. There's always some that's under $2 there. I have 32 of those. I have 69. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69 of the all new Marvel Now. But that was because I just really like the comic. I just really like Ms. Marvel. So I didn't, those are like $4 or $5. I have the first appearance of Jeff the Land Shark in the West Coast Avengers. That is, I have 34 of those. So again, I keep, and there's a bunch of others that I have that I don't have that much of, because not a lot of comics are under $2. There are a decent amount, and some are like $1.99, $1.98. But what I'm trying to say here is that I would have noticed if this person would have been taking the cheap option. It's like, okay, yeah, this person spent the cheap option. If he did this, would have just been $7,000, which is still a lot on things that really nobody cares about. But because I haven't seen any action, or at least not any action more than usual on that, because I haven't seen any action on some of the cheaper stuff, let's say like the Mighties, I don't think it was anything cheap. I'm pretty sure this person had spent about $30,000 on stuff that's still relatively cheap. Okay, $10 per collectible on average. But if it's something like beyond that, like let's just say he's trying to get some sets, get some secret rares, get some whatever. This person is now the number 1 wallet. Dr. Profit was number 1. He is number 2 now. And yeah, this person could have spent $100,000, but and that's the other thing we have from OMI Daily Burn that keeps these charts going. The last week we've had like $1 million in sales again. in gem buying. Like it's averaging well over 3 million a month. So you're getting a lot. And could 100,000 been from him? Maybe he had those. Maybe he sold some expensive things to buy some cheaper things. I don't know. I would love to get Bezos Man over on the podcast. That'd be fun to really go and interview him. But yeah, that's really exciting. As far as me, I am in the top 375 now. I only bought 15 NFTs this week. After buying those number 41s, not a lot of money. Plus I went for the Olaf, that was 40. I went for something else, Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, Veve shirt. Meow, meow, meow.